Alrighty, it's good to be back in town. We last 2 out of 3 weeks, including spring break, have been out of town, and sorry I missed you guys on the last press conference due to illness. Last road trip went 1-2. Had a good performance at University of the Pacific. Close 5-2 win without Daniel Little in the lineup, so it was a good battle out there. Excited to get a win outdoors at sea level, and then got overpowered by Stanford and Cal. So wasn't too excited about the level of competition at Stanford and at Cal. Those are good teams, but I think we showed them too much respect, and I expect better from my team. So with that, I'll turn it over to you guys.
What were some of the positives that you can take away from this past weekend?
I think the positives, really content with the way Eggy and David competed at number one doubles. They were up leading, were up a break at Cal, and competed very well number one at Stanford. So that match didn't get finished. So I was excited about the better level of competition lower in the lineup. 4, 5, and 6. Slava Shenyan did an unbelievable job out there. Was on his way to, won the first set in both Stanford and Cal. Was winning the second set at Stanford as well. So he did a great job. We're excited about him. He's playing some really good tennis. But other than that, we have a lot to work on.
What do you see as the biggest issue that's correctable heading into these next home matches?
Well, I think it's just an attitude. I think when you go in there, my coach used to tell me that we just have to play the guy across the net, not the name on the shirt. And I think a lot of times our guys this weekend were just playing the name. So I wasn't too excited about that. I think we're better than the way we competed. I think we got to go in there with a more competitive attitude, and when we get smacked in the mouth, get back up and go back at it, and that's how you get better. So, that'll be a point of discussion. It has been a point of discussion, and something we need to do better.
You've played Washington more than any other team in the past 2 years, and you've lost 2 extremely difficult Pac-12 tournament matches. Is there any sort of extra motivation that you feel from the team going into this match?
I think both Oregon and Washington, since entering the Pac-12, probably the schools we've played the most. I think we still have a winning record over Oregon. We've lost the last few years, but they got an incredibly good team. And then Washington, they've been close matches ever since we joined the Pac. I think last year we lost 4-3 twice to them, one in the tournament, one at their place. And so those are always very fun matches. And I think the team that shows up willing to compete the hardest and willing to lay it all on the line is going to win those matches. So they've had the upper hand, and we definitely have something to settle. But I think the most important thing is that, throughout the middle of our season here, we dropped 3 matches that we shouldn't have lost. And so we have our backs against the wall. If we still want to make the NCAAs, this is an incredibly important weekend. So I expect my team to come out and respond and show what we didn't show last weekend, and come out with some passion and energy. And, they're tough teams, but if we want to go somewhere at the end of the season, we have to win these.
Do you see, or what do you see as an advantage and or a disadvantage to all of your Pac-12 matches being played over a 4-week span?
Well, I think that's the way your schedule kind of needs to progress, right? I think you play your most important matches at the end of the year, so that gives you a nice build up throughout your season, and allows you to improve and work on a bunch of things and play your biggest schools at the end of the year. So I think that's the way it is, and it's fun like that. It puts a lot of pressure for us in our current situation on what we do before we enter conference play, and that's where I think we maybe dropped the ball a little bit earlier on. But when you're playing your Pac-12, you're going to have schools and ranked opponents that you can kind of fix those missteps. So we'll see what we can do this weekend.